Why did humans advance so fast? The real story from the Middle Ages to today. Imagine waking up in the year 1200. You spend your entire life within a few miles of where you were born. News travels only as fast as a horse can run. Most people can't read or write. Disease spreads easily, and a simple infection can become a death sentence. Life is hard, slow, and almost entirely dependent on manual labor. Now compare that to today. We've walked on the moon, built skyscrapers taller than mountains, connected billions of people through the internet, and created artificial intelligence that can write, draw, and solve problems in seconds. So what happened? How did humanity go from a world that changed very little over centuries to one where technology transforms our lives every few years? The answer isn't that humans suddenly became smarter. Our brains are almost identical to those of people who lived 1,000 years ago. What changed was how we created, shared, and built upon knowledge. And once that process started accelerating, it never really slowed down. Many people think of the Middle Ages as a time when nothing happened. That's not entirely true. People built incredible cathedrals without modern machinery. Farmers developed better agricultural techniques. Windmills and watermills made work easier, and the first universities began to appear. But there was one enormous problem. Knowledge moved incredibly slowly. If someone invented a better farming tool in Italy, someone living in England might never hear about it. If a skilled craftsman died without teaching someone else, years of experience could disappear forever. Most knowledge stayed local. Progress happened, but it happened in isolation. And when knowledge doesn't spread, innovation stays slow. Everything began to change around the middle of the 15th century. A German inventor named Johannes Gutenberg developed the movable type printing press. Before this invention, every book had to be copied by hand. Creating a single book could take months or even years. Books were rare, expensive, and owned mostly by churches or wealthy rulers. The printing press changed all of that. Books could suddenly be produced much faster. Ideas spread across Europe. People could learn from discoveries made hundreds or even thousands of kilometers away. For the first time in history, knowledge became something that could be copied, preserved, and shared on a massive scale. Instead of every generation starting over, each generation could continue where the last one left off. As knowledge spread, people started asking new questions. Instead of simply accepting old beliefs, they wanted evidence. This became the scientific revolution. Scientists like Galileo observed the heavens through telescopes. Johannes Kepler discovered the mathematical patterns behind planetary motion. Isaac Newton explained gravity and the laws of motion, showing that the universe followed understandable rules. More importantly, science introduced a powerful new method. Observe, experiment, test, repeat. If an idea was wrong, it wasn't protected by tradition. It was replaced with a better explanation. For the first time, humanity had a system that improved itself. Every experiment, even failed ones, helped move knowledge forward. Then came another turning point, the Industrial Revolution. For thousands of years, almost every task depended on human or animal muscle. Factories changed that forever. Steam engines powered machines that could work all day without getting tired. Railroads connected distant cities. Ships crossed oceans faster than ever before. Products that once took days to make could now be produced in hours. As manufacturing became cheaper, more people left farms and moved into cities. Instead of spending every day growing food, millions of people became engineers, inventors, scientists, and entrepreneurs. Economic growth created more innovation, and innovation created even more economic growth. The cycle fed itself. Education also became far more widespread. During the Middle Ages, most people never learned to read. Today, literacy is common in much of the world. Millions of students attend schools and universities every year. Children don't need to rediscover mathematics or physics from scratch. They begin by learning everything previous generations have already discovered. Imagine having access to thousands of years of human knowledge before you even become an adult. That's one of humanity's greatest advantages. Every generation starts from a higher point than the one before it. The next revolution came through communication. Electricity transformed daily life. Homes became brighter. Factories could operate day and night. Cities grew larger. Then communication evolved at an incredible pace. The telegraph allowed messages to travel across continents in minutes instead of weeks. The telephone let people speak instantly across long distances. Radio and television connected entire nations. Then came computers. And finally, the internet. Today, a scientist in Japan can publish a discovery, and minutes later, someone in Brazil can read it. Ideas now travel almost instantly. Knowledge has become global. Computers changed something even more important. They amplified human thinking. Tasks that once required weeks of calculations can now be completed in seconds. Scientists simulate climate systems, galaxies, and human biology. Doctors analyze enormous amounts of medical data. Engineers design aircraft and buildings entirely on computers before anything is built. And now we have artificial intelligence. AI doesn't replace human intelligence. Instead, it helps humans work faster by processing enormous amounts of information and assisting with research, writing, programming, and countless other tasks. Just as machines multiplied human strength during the Industrial Revolution, computers and AI multiply our ability to think. Here's the most fascinating part. Every major invention makes future inventions easier. The printing press helped spread scientific knowledge. Science made the Industrial Revolution possible. Industrial growth funded education. Education created more scientists and engineers. Those engineers built computers. Computers helped create artificial intelligence. Each breakthrough becomes the foundation for the next one. This is called cumulative innovation. Progress isn't moving in a straight line. It's accelerating. Like a snowball rolling downhill, every new discovery makes the next discovery easier. So why did humanity advance so quickly between the Middle Ages and today? Not because we suddenly became more intelligent, but because we learned how to preserve knowledge, share it rapidly, educate more people, and build new discoveries on top of old ones. Every generation inherits everything the previous generations created. In many ways, every invention is the work of millions of people across hundreds of years. And if history has taught us anything, it's that progress rarely stops. The next century could change our world even more than the last. The real question isn't whether humanity will continue advancing. It's where those advances will take us. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What invention do you think changed humanity the most?